Hi guys, this is Ashy from Ashy Heart, and today I thought it'd be really cool to start painting in one of my sketchbooks. Now, the fun thing about this sketchbook specifically is that I am very determined to make it filled with a bunch of color. I don't care how, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna add so much color in these blank pages. We're gonna paint with gouache. I'm excited. I barely use gouache, so I'm very excited. So let's go! Let's do it! So this is my sketchbook just for color. I haven't filled out all of it. I just have filled out the first parts of it, but let me show you the first few pages. So this was used for my design class, but then I dropped out of university because of financial reasons. I'm very poor, and I've just been slowly filling it out with some things with color, and I'm gonna come back into some of these and like fill it out with more color, like this one. But I am very determined to make this sketchbook filled with color because I don't ever fully color my sketchbooks. Like, that's a problem. I barely even put in like a little bit of color, so I want to change that. So this is the page that we're going to be working on today. I have already covered it with gesso. Let me show you real quick. I've covered it with this gesso. It's Liquitex Professional Acrylic Medium Gesso. And I got it at Michael's, I'm pretty sure. And I've had it for probably a year and a half now, and it's been working pretty well. So that's what we covered this already, but I don't know if you can see through the camera or not, but I have made a bunch of little doodles behind the gesso, and right now I am going to add a little bit more so that it covers most of it. It doesn't have to cover like all the pencil marks because we're gonna cover it with gouache paint anyways, so it doesn't really matter since the gouache paint is going to be a little opaque enough to cover that. So, but I do want to get parts of the edges done over here, and I have a few bits here too. So that'll dry relatively quickly, and we can figure out the paints that we'll be using for the painting, and we can also figure out thumbnails too, so that'll be fun. And I got one of these. It's one of these like spongy type of paint spreaders. So I don't really know what these are called, but they're like foam something. People use it to paint walls too, not just for like hobby art or just art in general, but it is, I think, mostly used to spread paint, and that's what we're gonna do, but with gesso right now. So we're just going to cover it. I don't want to put too much because I feel like it'll ruin the paper, but I don't know. Okay, so it's basically dry. It's a little wet on the side, but that's okay. I am going to reactivate my gouache paint, and I have the Himi gouache paint palette that I got a long time ago, but I haven't really used it that often, so I'm not sure if it's still wet or not. It's a little okay because I have activated it, but I haven't used it. So and activating it is just like adding water to it. I feel like I'm supposed to like spray it with a water sprayer, like a water bottle sprayer thingy, but I don't have one of those. So what I do is I just take water and I sprinkle some of that water. And I guess I am just gonna do that too. I accidentally spilled a lot of water in it, but it's okay. For the most part, I sprinkle it in. Oh, okay. I don't mean to do this. It's a bad angle. Okay. Oh god. Okay, that's okay. It's alright, don't worry about it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let that just kind of sort itself out on its own. And then, I think I'm gonna add this here. And then I am going to do like thumbnails on this side. While the other side, I'm just not gonna do that. This is gonna be our like, I should probably just close it, honestly. We have our paints, and I'm going to paint like it's watercolor. So I have this holds watercolor very well. It's a little dirty. I can clean it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna be using this. I like this very much because the whole plate is like ceramic, so it's easy for the watercolor paint to slide off and on. And I've never used like gouache paint on it, so I'm hoping it doesn't stain. But we'll see, we'll find out. We will find out. So this is gonna be our like testing page. So, and I'm thinking about making it like a fall scene or whatever, because I feel very like fall-y right now. So that's what I'm gonna do.
So I figured I would start off by making a quick wash of orange to make like a background for this array of leaves that I attempted to make. And I started to do that with all these other ones as well that you'll see in the future here in a second. But this first one that I made is not really my favorite. It's something, but this is practice, so I'm not supposed to like everything. It's basically just for practice, honestly. I did really like the second one that I made, and I really liked how the colors kind of work together. Also, this did take me longer than expected. I really thought I was only going to be working on this for like maybe a few minutes, but I didn't expect the paint to dry as slow, and that's probably because I added a lot of water to each one because I was trying to work them as if they were watercolor. But I found that working with them as more like an acrylic paint, so like just plastering it on with a lot of paint rather than water, worked best for me, and it's probably best for this medium anyways. Yeah, so, and I also did not like how the top right corner square turned out, but like I said again, it is definitely just for practice. So, but either way, it was really fun to work with, and I was able to zone out with some of my music playing. So I did have my headphones on as I was painting. I think in total it took me about an hour or two to do the full page, and at some point I just wanted to give up, but I knew I just wanted to fill the whole page with color, and that's what I did. In general, it was fun. It just took a long time, and I think I really do want to do this again, so yeah.
This was a very productive and fun way to test out my himi gouache paints, and yeah, just working on this page makes me feel very inspired, and I'm actually kind of excited to work more with the gouache paint and make it full like illustration. That might take a while, but this was great practice. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was very different to me. Like, I found it a lot harder to use it as watercolor, honestly, and using it as like acrylic paint was a lot easier because it was able to dry quickly, and then you could just put paint on paint and it will look pretty okay. So thanks for joining me on this journey. I definitely learned a lot of ways to use the gouache paint. I realized that I like using it more as like acrylic paint than watercolor, even though you could use it as watercolor, and I feel like I just don't have enough practice to truly like push its potential. But I feel like if I keep at it, I'll definitely come up with like better ways to utilize it with more water. So yeah, But yeah, I'm actually really happy about how it turned out. It's definitely like a lot of patterns, and I personally really like texture, so patterns kind of go with texture, I feel like. And yeah, I'm very happy with the results, even though this isn't meant to be like an actual like full-on illustration. It was a really good time to practice my technique with the gouache paint. So yeah, it was great practice, and I'm excited to start an actual illustration using the gouache paint. So that'll be for the next episode, most likely. That'll be for like the next vlog type video that I will be probably doing soon, since I'm already in the mood to paint more with gouache paint. So I'm probably, and I also have this side I still need to work on, so that'll definitely be for the next video. But this took a long time, but I'm very happy, and yeah, I like what I did. So yeah, thanks for being here with me on the journey of using gouache paint. It's definitely been a long time since I last used it, and I was discouraged because I wasn't too good at it, but I feel better now with a little bit of practice from that sketchbook page I used. But yeah, next video for sure, probably gonna be doing the full illustration. I don't know what yet, but we'll figure it out on that video. And yeah, if you want to see more, subscribe or follow me on my social media. I post a lot on social media. And yeah, thanks for being here. Bye.